All right, welcome to another episode of the Encroachment podcast. I'm Tim. Tonight I'm joined with Dave McMillan from Guapo and Andre from Walks. How you guys doing?
Good, Tim. How are you? What's up, Dre?
I'm good. What's up, Dave? What's up, guys?
Hey, just hanging in here, You guys getting excited about the first time we're doing the tournament down in Dallas?
Yeah, it'll be a nice change from Austin, where it's early and we haven't played all.
Yeah, I think Dallas is a good city.
Normally there's nothing good about Dallas. However, I will, for this good circuit event, leave the friendly confines of Austin and go to Dallas for something good like this. I'm definitely good for it.
Well, hey, it's a good way to close out the year, so I know a lot of people are excited for it. My phone's been getting blown up all week, so excited that it's finally here.
And any tournament where Walks is at, I mean, if you haven't been to a tournament with Walks,
Right.
the social scene, it's worth it.
I just want to know. I'm kind of sad. There's no relax. I can't, talk a bunch of shit to Jay. I feel empty inside.
You think he's not watching and taking notes?
He could be. He could be. Hi, Jay.
Oh, man, yeah, it is weird being in Texas without a relaxed team, but we understand there are a lot of conflicts. We had a different weekend planned, just couldn't work out because of youth soccer. Austin City Limits taking a lot of teams. Another big tournament in Atlanta from Goombay taking a lot of teams. But got a solid little turnout, 19 co-ed teams, 6 women's teams. Got quite a bit planned for the weekend. If anyone's in town Thursday, sounds like we're going to be partying at the local kickball bar called Stan's Blue Note. On Friday, we're going to be moving to British Beverage Company. I'm kind of upset that Big Bad Wolf isn't there to partake in that one, but that should be a good time. And then Saturday, we're going to be partying at a place called the Happiest Hour. It's a brand new venue that opened in downtown Dallas. I want to thank a couple people on the Big D who helped set that one up. But otherwise, good fun weekend planned in downtown Dallas. All right. Now, let's start with something a little different than usual. I think we could start with the women's tournament. Pools are already done. We only have 6 teams for this one. Made it quite easy to do the scheduling, which I will show you guys right now. We basically have Pool A as a Texas pool, 3 teams that are from the state of Texas, and Pool B with 3 teams that are not from the state of Texas. The way this will work, we're going to play 3 pool play games, and everybody advances. We've done this at quite a few other events. So every team that's from Texas in Pool A will play all 3 teams that are in Pool B, and vice versa. Makes it very easy to figure out the schedule. Guys, you got any insight on this one?
Dave, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, like Pool B looks like it's a pool of teams that have at least played a tournament. Pool A looks all brand new. I mean, the Big V, like, I don't know, like it's Mile High. Like, I mean, we can call them Mile High, right? Like it's Mile High plus Cora. So yeah, they should probably do pretty well. I saw Voodoo Dolls in Nashville, and I think they were in Dallas, or not Dallas, but Denver. So yeah, they should be pretty good. And I know Emma's been working hard for Lisa Frank. Those girls can play. They need to get some circuit experience, but yeah, they should be pretty good. I don't know any of BAM or Havoc or Jangles. It'll be interesting to see what rookie teams will do in a small field.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the Jangles, if I'm not mistaken, are girls from the Bojangles team, and they're not bad players at all. It wouldn't shock me if they made some noise in this deal, but I'd be kind of lying if I said I knew a bunch about the other girls in this deal. So that'd be my team to look out for in Pool A. That in for sure.
Yeah, I was trying to look over some rosters, looking for some names, and the only one that I came across some familiar faces, it was definitely on Jangles. Without any knowledge of the other teams, it's a little tough to say. Basically, the Big V as an availables team and Voodoo Dolls as an established team, those are the only 2 teams going into this ranked, which is why we had no problem kind of separating the pools like this with everybody making it out. But I think you know, this could be every team that's established or has one or two tournaments under their belt. They get better and better every time. So, I'd like to see Lisa Frank have a great day because had a blast hanging out with a lot of those ladies in Denver. The whole theme with the trapper keeper and the unicorn, cracks me up no end. Voodoo Doll's got a lot of friends on that team, but yeah, I agree with Dave. I think this is a tournament that the Big V wins pretty easily. I'd love to be proven wrong, but you guys disagree?
No, I really see no way Big V loses.
I do. I think Lisa Frank takes this.
Wow.
I mean, now, all bias aside, Sarah Riley, nobody really knows who she is yet. She pitched in Denver, which is a really, really tough place to start your circuit experience as a pitcher for Denver. But like, if her ball is cutting, like, she might be the best. She's got a wicked pitch, and if the grass agrees with her, she will foul people out. And then they've got my Guapo girls, so like, yeah, I'm biased, but I think they're gonna do. I think they'll do pretty well, and who knows, maybe Big V will be hungover or whatever. But yeah, I'm taking the Smook route because I'm Fat Smook. That a team that I am associated with, they're gonna win. So let's go, Lisa Frank.
I love it. I'm gonna have to have Brent Taylor send you a few text messages so you can put some money on that. Gotta open up the Reno casino.
Yeah, I want it.
But
I'm betting the house on Big V though.
yeah,
I've already got ribs bet on them. So yeah.
Yep. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too. Start time is 10 a.m. Just for anyone's awareness, they're coming out. Don't need to come out as early. I want everybody to go out Saturday night, have a good time too. So, and that's that. Let's move to the co-ed side for now. So what I will do, hang on, let me get the co-ed side up in a minute. Unfortunately, as fun as the co-ed can be, we're stuck at 19 teams again. So we've been debating over the last 3-4 days what to do. We tried one format in Nashville. It worked to some degree, didn't work in some degrees. It felt like a kind of an unfair matchup for some of the teams in Pool A, the way it was seeded. So we're trying something a little different. We're basically seeding right across the board, not snaking it. So basically 1, 5, 9 go in Pool A, 2, 6, 10 kind of go in Pool B. The first 13 teams are ranked, and then the remaining 14 through 19 are open. So I'll show you guys the way this kind of breaks out right now. So sitting at number 1, Flying V. That's pretty much a gimme. They're just crushing it. Every year there's always one team that kills it in the points. They travel every event. They win every event. That's them this year. So right now I think they're the odds-on favorite. But after that, I actually really like this tournament. What do you guys think about some of those teams, 2 through 13?
It's a real interesting field, right? Like, because Gargoyles won what? Las Vegas, San Francisco. San Francisco. But then since then, I mean, they got out of pool in San Diego, but lost to Rainmakers, and that's a tough matchup. But did they peak in San Francisco? I don't know. If you ask Jay, he'd probably say yes. If you ask Steven, I think he'd say no. BBB, I love Old Gator, but they didn't have a good time in Nashville. I know that they were gearing up for this one, so we'll see. Guapo sucks. Big D's pretty good, and they've got a secret weapon, so that'll be interesting to see Brandon from Rainmakers pitch for them. And then Cat 5, they're Florida boys. They're going to be fundamentally sound. Just can they score runs or not? Those guys, I mean, everybody kind of cuts the thing off at Cat 5, the top 6. But those guys, I mean, they can play. They can step up and beat you. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, Walk of Shame. They ought to be good. Right, Dre?
Hey, I'm real big on Walk of Shame. I'm real big on. I mean, I don't want to.
You're real big all
I'll
over.
talk about that later, but I'm just saying I'm kind of big on that team. Don't ask me why.
Are you guys debuting some new pennies this year?
Oh man, I wouldn't call them new, but we are debuting some pennies. They are here.
Yeah. I mean, the bigger D, like they're gonna have the Dice Girls. No Shoes is hurt. They got Caleb. They got Tay. Um, that's essentially kind of revampy-ish, but it's revamped in their home city, right? So, you can't sleep on them either. Bojangles, like I know the name because of Trog, who's the best player in Dallas, but I don't know anybody else on their team.
Not a bad team at all, actually. No, I've played them if they're the team that I played in last year, I think in a Dallas tournament. I thought they were solid. I don't know if they'd be on the levels, obviously, of the top 6 or anything like that. But I mean, they'll definitely give a game to anybody they play. So.
But that's another Sam Angel. We don't want to have kids who will have kickball teams.
Right.
But I mean, without Sam and Angel, like and Trog, like how big of a loss are those things?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, like there's some rookie teams which now I've talked to Tariq before, who was Duck Duck Goose, but I guess I'm not seeing them.
They're down there at the bottom. So we.
Oh yeah.
We're just talking 1 through 13 are the ranked teams that have an established history enough to be ranked.
So yeah, I talked to Tariq a little bit when I was trying to get $1,000 from Perrick, since he did. He is very, very confident in his team, and I don't know if that is because they play in a league that they murder everybody, or they have a really tough league and they still murder everybody. So I would think that they're going to know what they're doing. They will not be your typical rookie team. Let's put a girl at catcher. So I'm excited to see what they do. And then you got Big Jimmy throwing the heavy ball for Oklahoma. They'll be all right. They'll win some games.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I don't know too much about the 3 rookie teams other than I did hear the word dark horse about Duck Duck Goose. But other than that, I know, as you can see, the other 3 open teams, Havoc, Most Hated, and Oklahoma, they're coming in with predominantly new players, so it's basically by name only that there's any kind of similarity there. So that's why they're not ranked with everybody else. But I think Most Hated's got a couple of the right pieces. David alerted me earlier, one of their players, good friend of ours from Project Mayhem. I guess Kevin's got a kid in the hospital, so we want to send a nice shout out to him. Wish all the best.
Get better, bud.
You hate to see when that stuff happens, so hopefully all's better and he can make the trip, play with Most Hated, because that roster is definitely better with him than without him.
Well, I thought like most of those most wanted guys were going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I thought they were too. We unfortunately had to postpone our side of the Atlanta tournament. Quite a few players are going and playing in the Goombay side. So we'll, it's unfortunate. Just crazy scheduling. Everybody seems to want to have a tournament or football or something going on end of September, early October every year. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Most Hated gets, Quandris or Smoke or Brian or Marquell or Kevin, like they will run on you and you will hate it. Which is why they named the team that they named it. But yeah, they'll be really good if they get any of those guys. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So going into pools, let's change gears and go there. So if we seed everything across the way we have it, you can read Pool A will have 1, 5, and 9 with 2 open teams. And then the first thing we're going to do, might as well do it right now, is we're going to draw one of the 3 rookie teams. We have Avengers, Bam Nation, and Duck Duck Goose. We're going to draw them as the 6th seed in Pool A. So they will not play Flying B, but they'll play everybody else in the pool. And then from there, we'll just take all 5 names that are open and seed them across the board. And that'll give us our pools, give us something to talk about. So,
is Bam Nation like Alabama, like Roll Tide, or are they the
no?
Rebel?
I believe they're local Texas. So, okay. This one,
Which
tough to
means
see.
they're probably not that good.
Look like Bam Bam, play like Pebbles.
They're, I mean, I don't want to talk about a fellow Texas team too bad, but yeah.
Really, Dre? That's why you're on here.
Yeah, that's right.
Just pretend they're wearing relaxed orange.
That's true.
If we wanted somebody to be nice, we would have got Sam.
That's true. They're gonna be terrible. I just throw it out there. They're gonna be awful. Let's just be real about things here.
You live the nice admin.
That's all right. I don't know why I'm being nice.
All right, so the first team we drew was Avengers. So now I have the other 5 open teams in the hat, and I'm going to draw the first team. We'll throw them in Pool A, and just go across the board, A, B, C, D, and the last team will go in Pool A as well. All right. So the next team is Oklahoma. Roman, I'll try to show it. Anybody
Hi,
can
James.
for handwriting. All right. The next team we'll draw goes into Pool B. Will be Duck Duck. Pool C, we'll go with Havoc. And for those of you who are new to this, teams in Pool C and Pool D, there will be a crossover game. So you will play the same seed as you. So if you're the 1 seed, like Bayou BBB, you're going to play the other 3 teams in Pool C, plus you're going to play Guapo, Mr. McMillan here, in Pool D. So in Pool D, we have Most Hated. And that should leave Damnation in Pool A. All right, guys, what do you think of that? Let's start with Pool A. How about that? We got. I'll switch this off for a second to take a look, but we got Flying V, Big D. That looks to be one of the only rematches in this entire tournament. Walk of Shame, Oklahoma Kickball Club, Bam Nation, and Avengers.
I mean, do we talk about V like that? They'll whatever. They're gonna go through 4-0 there.
Well, I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
But like, so Big D won't play Bam Nation, right? And V won't play Avengers.
That's correct.
And then Dre doesn't get Oklahoma. Okay, I mean, like, yeah, you gotta love the matchup against Big D, Dre. Like you against Sam.
I mean, when I look at it, I see no way Flying V beats us. If I'm just being real about everything, I mean, hey, let's just call a spade a spade. They're just not quite on our level yet. They might get there, but they're not there yet. I'm sorry, Brick, Graham.
Got a little work to do.
They got like 3, 4, 5 more years. Then they can talk to us, but not yet.
Well, if I told you they have a couple sofa players on their roster, would it make any difference?
Oh, no, that's a game changer. It's over. That's a game changer, I guess.
Sorry to spill the beans on a public roster, but I did come across that little gem.
All right.
So,
oh, man.
What do you think, Dave?
I mean, like, I think Flying V goes 4-0. I think Big D's got a tough crossover game, but they should probably end up 3-1 or 2-2 at worst. I think Walk of Shame ends up 2-2. I don't know what James is bringing from Oklahoma, but he should be bringing everything from Oklahoma that they got. I think it's kind of chalk. The interesting game will be the Big D versus Cat 5 crossover.
Oh wait, no, they don't crossover.
Oh, they don't have the crossover. Yeah, you're right. Okay, never mind. I'm a moron. Then, yeah, I think it's fairly chalked. Then the interesting game is Walk of Shame versus Big D.
Yeah.
Does Dre get in Sam's head? If he does, then yeah, they can play with him.
The problem is Sam is such a nice guy. You know what I mean? I can't ever be mean to Sam. It's the weird thing. But they're a great team. I saw what they did in Austin. I couldn't make the tournament, but I mean I heard they They made some noise. They beat Gargoyles. So, I mean, they know what they're doing. They got really strong players. And if that kid Brandon's pitching, man, that's a tough out for anybody. I'm not even going to lie. So,
yeah. I mean, I know Big D wants another shot at Flying V. I think this will be, the third time, fourth time they played him? Because they played him twice in Nashville, and then they played him in Austin. So does Brandon pitch that game? Does Austin pitch that game? Does Burke pitch that game? How do they try and play it in pool? It'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, they've added strength to their strength, and it'll be interesting to see what Sam does with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wish a lot of good luck on them, especially being a home tournament. I expect nothing but good things, but then again, they got to face that buzzsaw Flying V again. So,
but I mean, they should definitely get out, and if they play Flying V in pool, I mean, they lose one game, they could still get the bye. Doesn't matter.
All right, let's move into Pool B. I'll show it real quick again. Pool B, we have the Gargoyles. This is a fully self-contained pool, so everybody plays everybody. You have the Gargoyles, you have Cat 5, Grass Clowns, the Untouchables, which is an availables team from the DC area, and then Duck Duck Goose, which I was looking up at players from quite all over, but I believe mostly from Oklahoma. So, what do you guys think?
Cat 5 is not a bad team at all. I think they're real solid. They'll give Gargoyles a real run for their money. But I mean, if we're just being honest here, Gargoyles should be the class of this pool. So I expect them to also go 4-0, with maybe a slight chance for a trip up against Cat 5. But I still think they win the pool, no problem.
Yeah, I probably disagree. I think Hal's a really good coach, but I think Cat 5 probably. I think they win the pool if you can win a pool. I think if against Gargoyles, they will not pitch Steven against them, and I think they're confident in against the other teams in their pool that if they go 3-1 and 4-0, I don't think they care. So I don't think they'll pitch Steven. I think Cat 5's got something to prove. John Simon's going to want to win. So I think they'll win that game. I think it'll be a close game because 1-0, 2-0 game, but I think Cat 5 probably takes that one. And then if they see him in a limbs, it might be different.
Yeah, I think in that pool, I'm going to actually go with Cat 5 for the simple reason I know Gargoyles is pretty thin. I believe they have 8 guys and 6 girls, with a few SOFA players as well, trying to qualify for Circuit Cup. But,
yeah, they got Drew, right? They got Drew.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a big addition.
And they got Gabby, I believe. I believe she signed up.
I don't know. All right.
But yeah,
is Gabby doing landmines the night before?
I hope so.
She kicked 4 home runs after that? That's Gabby. Go play landmines. You kick bombs afterwards.
But yeah, just looking at Cat 5, I know they're thin, but they seem to win. I always look back at how well they've done this year, specifically upsetting the Meatballs in Jacksonville. And that Gargoyle Cat 5 game is going to be very important because with 12 teams making a limbs in this one again, that game's going to determine whether you have a first-round bye or not. So I think that both teams might, if it's scheduled later in the pool play round, they might play all their starters because it saves them an extra game if they pull it out. So, but I think Cat 5 has the edge there, just knowing both teams and who they're bringing. But it'll be a good game. As far as the rest, tough call. I know I've played Grass Clowns a couple times. I hope that they show up and could go 2-2. That'd be pretty awesome. And basically a home tournament in Texas. The Untouchables, they're traveling pretty light from DC area, and then Duck Duck Goose, I don't know anything about. So your guess is as good as mine.
I love the Grass Clowns. I hope to see them do well. They're a bunch of good dudes.
Yeah, they're
nice guys. Every time I talk to them, they've been very nice to me. Talk to you.
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to a couple Grass Clowns, a couple Big D players, a few others from Dallas. We dropped last week. We lost like 8 or 9 referees out of 16 that we need, and a couple of those guys stepped up big time. And now I think I might have a couple extra referees. So want to give a shout out to them because planning a tournament like this, especially in a new city, that is the hardest part, is finding local bodies on the ground that can get yelled at essentially by kickballers all day. So shout out to them. All right. Going into Pool C, we have BBB, those guys, Fort Worth, and then Havoc. And what do you guys think of that Pool C?
Those guys, they're very tough. I've seen them play. I think they're a solid team as well. BBB they're good, but they have a tendency when I've seen them to keep games close. They shouldn't keep close and let leads slip away. But they find a way to be solid. So they have the pieces to do it. If they have good charging, which is what I kind of saw them lacking last year when I saw them at Circuit Cup, then I think they'll be really good and probably can get things done. But that's kind of the deal for me. So I would say BBB, takes control in this pool, but it'll be a little bit closer if they play, those guys tough. So we'll see.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know Alto is leading the charge on this one. I think somebody else did it for Nashville. I mean, if those guys show up, if they actually show up, I mean, they can play. They're quick. They know what they're doing. That'll be a tough game. I don't know who's on Fort Worth. I would assume that it's a lot of we'll spot you 10.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me right there. Some we'll spot you 10 guys.
Yeah, I mean, like they're a streaky team. Like they're Texas's version of Thunder Buddies. If they're landing kicks, they'll score on you. If they're not, then you can get through a game pretty quick. I don't know much about Havoc. I think we played Havoc in Austin in the first round of elims, and they looked really, really tired when they played us. So if it's the same team, they have pieces. They just need to manage their day a little bit better.
Yeah, a friend of ours who runs some local leagues or runs some local tournaments down in Austin, I think has a team with Havoc. He's a really nice dude. I just don't see any. I see no way that they could come and play a circuit event and do anything of consequence. So, yeah, I don't see it happen for Havoc. I'm sorry, but if those guys on Fort Worth, we'll spot you 10. If they play, good, they could sneak up on someone. Their problem for me has always been them just finishing and doing it, but they have the pieces to play. I like to see them do it.
Yeah, when Guapo was real new, we always played those guys, and we knew that we just had to weather them for the first 2 innings, and then something would happen and they would kind of break down, and then we'd end up taking it in the end. So they're older now, maybe they're more mature, maybe they're landing kicks, so.
I'm getting some texts from some walk of shame players saying, this just in, Havoc is terrible. Don't know. These guys are they're the worst. My team. Yeah, my team.
But, I will say that Havoc does have a tough schedule. They have a tough crossover and most hated. They're playing basically Fort Worth United, where the name basically says we're taking everybody that's good from Fort Worth. Those guys who can have a great day, and BBB, who's a solid team. The one thing I will say about the rest of Pool C and even a little bit of Pool D, I think there might be a few ties that kind of throw this one off. You could see somebody get upset by someone in their own pool and then tie someone else in the crossover, get some weird 2-1-1 records. I just see so much parity between Pools C and D. So, but beyond that, I don't have too much to add. So we can go into Pool C. Hang on. Pool C involves Guapo, of course, with lovely Dave right here. We have the bigger D, led by Caleb Olsey. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We have Bojangles, and then most hated. So what do you guys think of this one?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I played with Caleb on Savages. He's good. I think them losing no shoes is probably a big loss. But yeah, they got the Dice Girls, they got Lisa, and they've got Tay and Tay's girlfriend, or not Tay. Well, yeah, Tay, and then Tay, um, and so they should be pretty good. They should know what they're doing at least. I don't know if they have the bodies to last, but I guess we'll find out. And then,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Dave.
no, and then I mean we kind of already talked about Bojangles and most hated. Like I would have liked to have gotten. I mean, I like our pool for us, but like if I could have picked, I probably wouldn't have picked Bojangles and most hated. I'm more interested in my crossover game, but like those will be 4 fun games for us. We've got a big fucking roster, so hopefully I can manage that, and we shouldn't be tired at any point, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I hope you don't get tired with 22 people.
Well, now like Emma's on the team, and like she signed up as male coach, and Sarah's coming back for this one tournament, and I got the Vegas kids, and so yeah, it'll and Iggy, I got Iggy back from the dead, so it'll be fun.
Love that guy. I miss playing with him.
Yeah, he's fat now.
What?
Yeah, Iggy is fat and slow now.
No. I guess
Yeah, he
it
put on,
happens
like,
to everybody.
he dropped a weight on his face at CrossFit, and he has like this weird scar there. And he's gained like 40 pounds, and like Iggy's not fast anymore, so
Whoa.
don't worry about his months or anything.
You're gonna have to ban him from the barbecue joints.
It wasn't even that. It was CrossFit. It was stupid CrossFit.
Oh man.
Get you every time.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk. You guys see any big upsets? Who doesn't make a limbs? Anything that might stand out to you, or do you guys just want to jump into who your Final Four picks might be?
I don't care, Drake.
Well, they were taking 12 teams. I mean, I really can't see. I don't know if there was one team that'd be on the cusp that I'm not sure if we'd make a limbs. It would be us. Maybe if we run into some bad luck against Big D and Flying V and some things happen in other pools. But once again, I don't see that. I'm just trying to kind of spark my team. But yeah, I don't know. I mean?
I mean, I guess it's kind of weird, right? Because like you could see where 3 come from Pool C or Pool D, right? Like most hated if they're who we think they are. Reference. They could get out. Fort Worth could easily get out. I mean, Grass Clowns are probably going to have to play pretty well to get out. If Duck Duck Goose is the dark horse that we think, then they could get out.
Yeah, this tournament's
It's pretty wide open to me when I look at it. I mean, I guess most hated might have an issue. I think that that game with the Bojangles and most hated actually looks kind of solid to me. And that might judge who would get like one of the last seeds coming out of limbs.
Yeah, the one thing that, like I said earlier, the one thing I like about this tournament, outside of the 1 seed Flying V, it's essentially a tournament full of teams either on the cusp or that have won basically one event in their history, and it's anybody's game. Like 2 through what appears to be 16, 17, 18, it's parity. It's crazy. So I'm excited. I don't know. I don't have any upsets to predict. So you guys want to jump into your Final Four? What are you guys thinking?
Go ahead, Dave.
I mean, I don't want to go first. I mean, obviously, Flying V. I'll say Flying V. I'll say Cat 5. Fucking we better be there. I'm going to say we're going to be there. And then I will say Big D, but that's essentially just a challenge to Alto because they could easily be there and they could easily be in the championship game, or they could easily be the 12th seed. Like, it depends on how well they want to play. If they want to play like Bayou Ballbusters, then they can be in the Final Four. If they struggle at any point, then they'll struggle the rest of the day and they won't make it. So I'm calling you out, Brett. But yeah, right now I'll pick Flying V, Big D, Cat 5, and Guapo.
You know what's funny? That those guys, BBV gave me a bunch of crap because they said every time I've ever picked them on a podcast go to the Final Four, they just preemptively shit the bed.
Well, then pick them.
So I'm gonna pick them to go to the Final Four.
Pick, appreciate it.
So I'm gonna pick BBV, V, Big D, and Cat 5. Pretty similar to Dave. I think those are the 4 teams that just either thin or big rosters, whatever. They just seem to get it done when they need to, and that's in limb time. So those are my 4.
I got Flying V, Guapo. Sorry, Dave. I think you guys are a little bit too good. I think you're trying to play us all here.
Hey, I had to start over this year.
Man, not fooling me with that. And you know, I'll say Big D as well. Simply, what's kind of overlooked in this is it's probably going to be hot that day. You know, in Texas, and it's still a bit warm. I mean, it's not as hot as it was in August, obviously, but it's still warm. And if you don't have a large roster, you know, and some depth, you're going to be in trouble. So hopefully it'll be, you know, it won't be so bad. That humidity will be not great. Looking over there, so that's something to to look for as well. And then my 4th team, I'll also go ahead and go with Bayou Ballbusters. I think if they play the way that I know they can play, I think they can really make some noise in the tournament. So I would say Bayou Ballbusters, Flying V, Big D, and Guapo. So
I mean, Big D almost has to get there, right? Sam's got to make his money back for flying in Brandon. Like that's money's a motivating factor, right? Yeah. I mean, and it's hard not to pick the Gargoyles with this field, but like there's only 4, and you've got one pretty much locked up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that pool. But I'll stick with my 4.
Yeah, and just to touch on your weather, I looked it up. It's between low of 60, high of about 84. So sounds like some pretty good weather to me.
Yeah, I've got Vegas kids and Kansas City kids. We can handle heat and humidity.
All right, it was you, Kenzie. I do recall that.
Final
we can handle it.
Final question: does anyone upset V in this one?
Sure, why not?
Who's it going to be?
Yeah, sure.
Never underestimate the power, guys.
I mean, honestly, Cat 5 beat Flying V the last time they played. The last time we played Flying V, we tied them. We were the only team to tie them in Austin. Now, Duff was going to the bathroom and we got a free out, but we did tie them.
Tie.
I don't know. I mean, if Brick blacks out again and that maintains until noon on Saturday, then yeah, maybe. But even then, I don't know.
I agree. I think it's either a Guapo or a Cat 5, somebody of that caliber. Upset them maybe in an early limb round or something, but that's a tough one to call. So I don't even know what the casino odds were. I know Brent Taylor posted some, but not even going to look it up.
They did not get odds to win. They only got they got plus 400 to not make the championship.
Yeah. No, I'll just keep my money in my pocket.
I mean, if they got my boy Graham pitching against us, I see us giving him a tough game. I don't see us. No, I'm lying. I see us winning. I think we'll do it. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. You brought me here to give you the bold answers. I'm telling you right now, Bucks defeat Flying V somewhere along the lines of, I don't know, 19-2.
I like it. Then you can go get some kickball stuffed pennies from Brick.
That's right. Make that happen.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. I don't have anything else to add, so I guess we'll call it a night and see you all in a couple days, 3-4 days at most. So,
All right.
Bye,
See you guys
Whitney.
in Dallas.
Bye,
all right,
Tay.
guys.
Bye, Derek.
All
All
right.
It's been a pleasure. Have a good night.
right, bye.